Hello and welcome to the session. In this session, we will take a look at performing troubleshooting, exploring possible causes, and finding remedies for various starter motor issues such as not running, running too slowly with low torque, running but not cranking the engine, unusual noises, and cases where the starting motor doesn't stop running. We will also cover growler testing for rotors. By the end of this exercise, you will be able to resolve issues when an engine refuses to crank, address situations where the engine cranks too slowly, tackle problems when the starter spins but the engine doesn't crank, rectify issues with the starter not engaging or disengaging properly.
Tools and materials required: trainees toolkit, multimeter, cotton waste as required, magnetic switch as required, petroleum jelly, brush as required. Let us begin this topic by determining the underlying causes of this issue. One possible cause of the issue could be the fusible link. The fusible link is designed to break the circuit in case of any electrical issues, which helps to prevent damage or hazards. If you find that the fusible link has melted, then it needs to be replaced with a new one. Ensure all the electrical connections related to the starter motor and the associated components are clean and securely tightened. Loose or corroded connections can disrupt the flow of electricity. Check the condition of the battery. If it is dead or has a low charge, recharge it. A fully charged battery is crucial for proper starter motor function. Check if the ignition switch is working properly. It is responsible for sending a signal to start the engine. If it is not working right, replace it with a new one. The magnetic switch or solenoid is important for starting your car. If it is not working right, you should change it. The solenoid is the part that makes the starter motor turn when you use the key to start the car. Here are few issues related to a slow cranking engine. Check the battery voltage using a multimeter. If it is below the recommended level, recharge or replace the battery. Check the battery terminals and cable connections. Clean any corrosion and tighten loose connections. This ensures a good electrical connection. Investigate any mechanical issues that may be causing resistance in the engine. This could include problems with the piston, crankshaft, or other internal components. Identify and address any worn out parts in either the engine or starter system to ensure optimal performance. Test the starter motor. If it is not functioning correctly, it may need to be replaced. The next issue is that the starter keeps running. Inspect the ignition key for any signs of bending or damage. If identified, replace the key to ensure smooth operation. Inspect the control components linked to the starter system, such as switches and circuits, and replace any faulty parts causing continuous starter operation. Additionally, examine the pinion and ring gear for damage. If either component is compromised, replacement is essential to restore proper functionality. When the starter spins but fails to crank the engine, potential causes include a faulty overrunning clutch or damage to the pinion gear or ring gear. To address this issue, check the overrunning clutch for faults. If required, repair the clutch to ensure proper operation. Examine both the pinion gear and ring gear for any indications of damage or wear. If either component is compromised, replace it as necessary to restore the proper functionality of the starter system. When the starter fails to engage or disengage properly, potential causes include the following. Check the magnetic switch for faults if identified. Replace the switch to ensure proper engagement and disengagement of the starter. Inspect both the pinion gear and ring gear for damage or wear. If either component is compromised, replace it as needed to facilitate the proper operation of the starter system. The next issue could be starter motor noise. If the pinion shows sign of wear, replace it to eliminate the noise. If the bearings are worn out, replace them to ensure smooth and quiet starter operation. If the mounting is loose, tighten it securely to prevent unnecessary noise during starter operation. If the ring gear is worn out, replace it to eliminate noise and maintain proper engagement with the pinion. The next issue could be starter motor does not stop running. When the starter motor does not stop running, potential causes include a short-circuited starter switch, a struck starter relay contact, or a binding ignition switch. The next topic that we are going to discuss is growler test for routers. A growler is a electrical device commonly used in the field of motor testing and maintenance. Using a ohm meter, check continuity between the commutator and armature core. Infinite resistance signal sounds insulation. For open circuit assessment, test continuity between adjacent commutator segments. No needle deflection indicates a discontinuity, requiring armature replacement. Inspect commutator runout by placing the armature between V blocks. Correct runout with a lathe if necessary. Measure commutator diameter and recommend armature replacement if below specified limits. Clean the commutator surface with 400 emery cloth and adjust the mica depth if under 0.2 mm. These streamlined steps ensure thorough testing and maintenance, optimizing motor performance.
Let's recap this topic. In this topic, you have learned that troubleshooting involves addressing issues such as engine not cranking, slow cranking, or starter malfunctions. Diagnostic steps include checking for loose connections, a dead battery, faulty ignition switch, or issues with the magnetic switch. Additionally, a growler test can identify motor faults like earth faults, short circuits, and open circuits. Hope you have clear understanding of this. Do this exercise with help of your instructor. Thank you.